We are in Umhlanga, where MK leader, former President Jacob Zuma, has announced an MK party presidential task team that will help him as the party prepares for the local government elections that are going to be held this year. But to talk to us a bit more about this presidential task team, we do have the national spokesperson of the MK party, Sibonelo Nomvalo. Sibonelo, give us a bit more about this presidential task team. What is it and what is going to be its main task?
No, I think what the chairperson and the president have articulated, the chairperson of the presidential task team have articulated, is that this is going to be an advisory committee per se for the president. You would have heard the president refer to areas of support throughout the country where certain issues are brought to him personally in Kandla. So this becomes, to a great extent, an extension of the president in terms of certain tasks that need to be handled. The national officials have got their work in terms of setting up the structures, as we know, nationally and at a provincial level as well. So whilst the president is engaging in those kind of programs, the task team will be engaging in those kind of maybe related, service delivery related issues, for instance, and other issues pertaining to their task team charter, which will be shared at the right time. But right now, there is obviously a presidential task team. They will be communicating the presidential task team charter, and in there, it will be further more deeply articulated in terms of their actual role.
Now, some critics may see this as another extension of the reshuffles that have been taking place within the party, indicating that there is possibly some instability going towards the local government elections. What's your comment or reaction to those who think the party is battling some instability with all these changes and new structures that are being formed?
Those are nothing else but political opportunists. Political opportunists who envy Umkhonto weSizwe as the fastest growing political party in the country. We are the fastest growing political party in the country. We're only 2 years, about 2 months. And already we're outgrowing even all these other parties. So, in a political space such as what we find ourselves, when they know that we're well positioned to take power, they'll come up with all sorts of, non-worthy criticism that actually is not befitting to Umkhonto weSizwe as an organization. Umkhonto weSizwe is the only political party right now that is going to represent the people of South Africa. And what this is should actually be looked at as a move to grow and stabilize the party. As we said, there are many people that come to the president. The president is unlike any other president that has ever served with all these political parties right now, or any president of any other political party. President Zuma is an enigma. He's a magnet. So you find people who have got even the smallest of issues wanting to assist it. So this will then engage in some of those issues, working with the provincial structures, working with the national officials, and give president advice accordingly. So whoever it is that wants to now use this instability, what instability are they talking about? The biggest instability is what we find in a country that's been governed by a party that's been around for the past 114 years. And the country itself is unstable. So if these people can't even govern their own political party, when they have their what they call provincial task teams, and having to replace elected leadership, for instance, here in KZN, and replacing them with provincial task teams, and then disband those provincial task teams as they've done here and as they've done in Gauteng. Then they want to come and tell us about provincial. We don't have their problems. They must focus on their problems. They must focus on what is going to make them lose these elections. One, the fact that they associated themselves with the oppressor in the form of a GNU, and on top of that, continue to not focus on issues of service delivery and liberating our people. We are here to liberate our people. We don't have time, to be looking at what their challenges are elsewhere as political parties. And it's about time they start refraining from talking about us. We're focusing on ourselves. We're growing this party. The president has mentioned it's the fastest growing political party. And naturally, with a president such as President Zuma, who's par excellence a political genius, way and leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else, what do you expect? People will come to him. He's an enigma. He's a magnet. So he needs to be able to extend himself way beyond the leadership and way beyond the provincial structures.